When it comes to power couples in Hollywood, few can compete with the unmatched blend of star power, intellect, and charisma that is Amal and George Clooney. From the red carpets of award shows to their humanitarian work around the world, this dynamic duo has captured the public's heart for years. But recently, Amal Clooney, a prominent international human rights lawyer, broke her silence on a sensitive topic: George Clooney's controversial past. It's a conversation that's sure to spark interest and perhaps a few raised eyebrows. Before we dive into Amal's thoughts, let's rewind a bit. George Clooney's rise to fame is well documented. From his days as Dr. Doug Ross on to becoming one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, Clooney has always been a fixture in the media. But, like many stars, his path was not without controversy. The media spotlight, which often shines brightly on the positive aspects of a celebrity's life, sometimes highlights their flaws. In George's case, his past included a string of high-profile relationships, party-filled nights, and a reputation as the ultimate bachelor. His love life was often a topic of discussion, whether it was his numerous relationships with beautiful women, or his stance on marriage, which, for a while, was that he would never get married. At one point, it seemed like George Clooney was content to live a carefree lifestyle, far removed from the expectations of a long-term commitment. His dating history was regularly splashed across tabloids, and his commitment-phobic persona became part of his public image. When George Clooney met Amal in 2013, everything changed. The world watched as the couple fell in love quickly, tying the knot in a glamorous ceremony in Venice, Italy, just a year later. Amal, a well-educated, successful lawyer, was a stark contrast to the women George had been romantically linked to before. With her sharp mind and incredible career, Amal seemed like the one person who could ground George and turn his life around. But with such a drastic shift in his personal life, many were curious: how would this marriage affect George's public image? Would the man who was once seen as a Hollywood heartthrob and confirmed bachelor finally settle into a life of stability, or would his past continue to haunt him? Recently, Amal Clooney opened up about her husband's controversial past during a rare, candid interview. Speaking to a group of journalists and human rights advocates, Amal discussed not only her work in law but also how she navigates the public's perception of her husband's former image. With grace and eloquence, Amal addressed the elephant in the room: George's reputation as a notorious bachelor and the media's portrayal of him as a playboy. She acknowledged George's past with a sense of humor, noting that while his bachelor days were indeed colorful, she never judged him for it. She pointed out that, much like anyone else, George had lived a life before meeting her, one that was full of mistakes, lessons, and growth. Amal's words were not meant to defend his past, but rather to shed light on the complexities of a person's journey, and how they are not defined by their past decisions. You have to understand that people change. What you see today is not always who they were yesterday. George has grown, he's changed, and he's committed to the work that we do together now. His past doesn't define him, and it certainly doesn't define the future we're building together, Amal shared, with a look of admiration and love for her husband. For many, Amal's words were a breath of fresh air. In a world where celebrities are often held hostage by the mistakes they made in the past, Amal's perspective was a reminder that change is possible, and people should not be defined by their previous actions. It also revealed a more personal side to George Clooney, one that the public doesn't often get to see. The actor who had been known for his bachelor days was now a man who was deeply committed to his family, his work, and to the causes he believes in. Furthermore, Amal's comments highlighted an important aspect of their relationship: mutual respect. While George's past may have been filled with scandal and drama, Amal's unwavering support shows that she sees the man he is today. This is not about ignoring his past, but rather acknowledging that every person evolves, and George's current role as a husband and father is one of his proudest accomplishments. Since their marriage, George's image has softened in the eyes of the public. While he still maintains a sense of humor about his bachelor days, it's clear that his priorities have shifted. Now, he's often seen as the doting father to their twins, Ella and Alexander, and a loving husband to Amal. Together, they've balanced their high-profile careers with their personal lives in a way that feels genuine and grounded. They've traveled the world for humanitarian causes, raised awareness for crucial issues, and have used their platform to make a positive impact. Moreover, George's more recent film roles have reflected this transformation. In The Tender Bar, for instance, George took on the role of a supportive, loving mentor, much different from the carefree, cocky characters he was known for in the past. His choices in both his personal and professional life indicate that the bad boy image may be a thing of the past. Amal Clooney's candid comments about George's past offer us a glimpse into their private world, shedding light on how their relationship works in the real world, beyond the headlines and paparazzi photos. It serves as a powerful reminder that a person's past doesn't define their future, and that redemption and growth are possible, even in the unforgiving world of Hollywood.